Or get my feet off the rudders. Here we go.
Merrill Tower, Cessna 52654, holding short of 25 at Kilo with Bravo for Ship Creek departure. Deviation.
Cessna 52654, Merrill Tower, wind 2407, runway 25, clear for takeoff. Altitude deviation is blue.
Clear for takeoff on 25 with altitude deviation approved, 654. Airspeed's live. All right, so it's a beautiful night for flying. Calm skies, clear, no wind.
Traffic, blue line float plane over Island Lake, descending out of 2000 for Bisnaw Lake. We'll set up landing to the south. Battle Lake.
And lots of traffic out tonight because everybody had the same idea that we had. So tonight we decided to jump in the plane, and I'm up here with my good friend Shelly Plum, who is flying from the right seat right
traffic
now.
code 3481 Mike is turning base for Anderson Lake, runway 8, Anderson Lake.
Okay, stopped recording.
Did it?
It did.
How long ago?
I'm not sure. All right, so I'm up with my friend Shelly. We're having some camera issues, so she just did an awesome interview about how she got into flying, and I'm going to make her do it again. So Shelly, tell us how you got into flying.
All right, so my friend Tom Phillips, he took me out flying one day, and I was just stoked to go in a plane, period, and then he let me take the controls, so that started it, and I'm like, oh, I've always kind of wanted to learn how to fly, but I just never saw it as like a possibility, I guess. He took me back when we got back to land at sea, and he said, this is how you do it, this is what you gotta do. He bought me my discovery flight, I went on my discovery flight, and it was over. I said, that's it, I gotta do this, and there was no quitting. It took me about 2 years to do it with all my breaks and money and life, but I did it, and now I'm coming up on my 2-year biannual flight review. And it's not called BFR anymore, it's just flight review, but I'm about there in October. It'll be 2 years flying, and I love it so much.
That is super awesome. Tell me about a super memorable flight.
One of the most memorable, I think, is when me and my friend Tom, we went flying. We went and did some touch and goes in Talkeetna, and then we went and flew up by Denali, but it was at sunset, and it was just gorgeous. Every flight is awesome, but I think your first solo flight, you'll never forget it. That you don't come down from that high for quite some time. It's pretty amazing. I say everybody should do it.
I would agree. What do you have to say to young aviators and young girl aviators?
Entering Dolphin control.
Just go for it. If you want to do it, do it. But sometimes it gets discouraging because you feel like you're just not getting it. You hit that wall and you're just like, I'm not getting any better. And you ask yourself, like, is this not meant for me? Is this not meant to be? But then you find out everyone goes through that. You just keep pushing through. You won't regret it.
Awesome. And then you'll find that there's times when you take like 8-year breaks and you have to get yourself back into it. And it takes a little bit of work, but it's definitely worth it. On a night like tonight, I'll turn the camera around a little bit, but I mean, how do you pass this up? Look at that beautiful view out there.
I know, being in Alaska and flying, even just local like this, is always just breathtaking. And to just be able to go grab a plane and go flying, like, what the heck?
Yeah, we called up at like, was it 4 o'clock or something? I called up and said, hey, can I rent the plane? And they were like, yep, it's available. And we went to the airport, did the pre-flight, and jumped in the plane, and we're out bombing around, burning fuel. So,
heck yeah,
awesome. So what do you do for a real job to pay for your flying habit?
Well, to get me through my flight training. I was a bartender and server most of my life, and that literally paid for my entire private pilot license. And after that, I just didn't want to be in the restaurant industry anymore, and I wanted to get into aviation. And so I went and I was a ramp agent at Signature Flight Support. So I was marshalling in private jets and fueling them, driving all over the airport in a fuel truck, and that was amazing. And now I'm a flight attendant for Raven, Alaska, and I get to fly all over Alaska as a flight attendant and see all cool places and talk to the pilots, and they're super positive. They are. All right, now that we are in cruise flight, the flight attendant inside me is gonna come out. I got complimentary snacks for the pilot.
Sweetness.
Complimentary water. Only
Goose
for
Bay
the
traffic,
pilot.
Code 3481 Mike is on a base for 26 Goose Bay.
Only for the pilot. So all you people in the back, pipe down. Oh, it's so gorgeous out. Look at. My dad wanted to see Denali. Like the last time they came, we went to Talkeetna and had lunch and came back. But there was clouds all in front of Denali. I'm like, well, we'll go up like closer, but we didn't get to go very close because there was too many clouds.
So taking a quick pause here at Birchwood. So Shelly, tell me about one of your favorite places to visit that you've gone to. You talked about your favorite flight, but what's a fun place you've gone to visit?
Like me flying as a pilot? I haven't really went anywhere. I go to Knik Glacier a lot because that's like tourists, people who come up to visit. They haven't seen that before, even though I've been there a million times, but they're always very wowed by it, and it's just around the corner, you know, like it takes 20 minutes to get there, and they get to see up close glacier and come right back.
Who is your most favorite passenger you've taken up?
Probably my kids, Gavin and Jace. They had fun. Jace got a little bit sick, so he wasn't feeling too good. Gavin thought he was a real pilot flying, but he wouldn't even turn, not even a little bit. And then we had one slight bump and he was like, you can have it back. I'm like, okay. But that was awesome.
That's awesome. What's your next step in your flying adventure?
I think it'll be my tailwheel endorsement. You have inspired me. I wanted to go for instrument, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with that. I still think I just want to do it for my business. I'm a photographer and I want to take people out backcountry flying. I want to take them out to cool locations for pictures instead of just the same ones that all the photographers can get to. I want to be able to fly people out. I'm going to need my commercial license eventually for that too, but I need an airplane first. So I'm just having fun with it until that happens.
Sweet, awesome. So you also have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
What's your YouTube channel and what do you have on there?
So it's AK Love. My photography is AK Love Photography, and I decided to just keep it simple and do AK Love because, like I said, I'm a flight attendant for Raven, Alaska, and I like to take some video of flying around and getting cool landscape. And I'm also a photographer, so I do a lot of videos on like behind the scenes and just cute videos of my sessions. And then I also want to do a lot of flying, but I haven't been able to do that. This will be my first flying video besides time lapse anyways. So I definitely want to get more aviation in there.
As part of your photography business, you've gone out flying with people and you have a calendar
Yes.
that you made. Tell us about that.
So I was like, man, I really just want to do an airplane calendar. I do a landscape calendar every year for my business, and this time I was like, I want to do an airplane calendar, and so I just put it out on Fly Out Alaska, and I was like, hey, I want to do a calendar, would anybody be interested? And in 30 minutes I had all 12 months filled, and I had 6 reserved in case those ones fell through, and so I was like, wow, people are really interested. So I went out and took pictures, and I used a couple of planes twice just because some people weren't able to make it or stopped talking to me, but you know, like flaked out, and so I was like, all right, but I got lots of pictures, and I love it. So I added that to my business as well. So Fly Out Photography, if you want me to take you out, take pictures of your airplane, or you want to go out and get pictures, family pictures with your airplane, I can do that.
What was your favorite airplane you pictured, and where were you when you took the picture?
Oh, that's so hard. Almost.
I'm gonna make enemies for Shelly right now, because people are gonna see this and be like, what?
Right? Most of the airplanes were Super Cubs. Most of them. But I had a Husky, and it was the newest airplane I've ever been in, a 1999 Husky. And it was on amphibs. And so we got to go out and land on lakes in the Kenai Mountains. And that was awesome. And I don't know, I went to Little Johnstone Bay in a 206. Gorgeous. Like, I just wanted to stay there, but I did those the same day. And so I flew out of Merrill, rushed back, drove over to Anchorage, and flew out of there to go to the ones with the Husky. So that was a busy day, but I wished I could have stayed at Little Johnstone. I don't know if you've ever been there.
I have not been there. I'll have to put that on my list.
Amazing.
Cool. Super awesome. All right, so thank you for joining me on this awesome flight tonight and being my first interview on Alaska Aviators. And we'll get this up, and we'll give some love to your channel, and hopefully get some people to start getting interested in flying, specifically here in Alaska.
Yes.
So awesome. Thanks.
Bye.
So we're back at Merrill Field, and Shelly pointed out that she is wearing my Titan T51 Mustang t-shirt of the plane that I'm building.
Wasn't even planned. I had it on already before we decided to go, but I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah, that worked out awesome. So great night of flying. Thanks for coming, Shelly. It was sweet.
Yeah.
We'll do it again.